So Trump just spoke at the Digital Asset Summit after yesterday's FOMC meeting where rates remained unchanged. Bitcoin is now trying to hold a very important level after pumping through that level yesterday evening. In today's video, we'll be discussing exactly that, what just happened at the Digital Asset Summit, and what you should be paying attention to in crypto for the upcoming weeks and months. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. You won't want to skim through today's video because there's a lot of alpha. Let's jump right into it. First of all, the Bitcoin chart. I told you I would keep you updated when we passed important levels, and we did pass an important level. Yesterday at the FOMC meeting, rates remained exactly the same as expected, but the Fed did say that they would start to slow down quantitative tightening as of April, which is huge news for crypto and for altcoins because historically, when quantitative tightening does slow down and starts to reverse into quantitative easing, that is when altcoins can start to outperform. Now, it might still take a couple of months, but at least we're headed in the right direction. After that FOMC meeting, as we can see here, Bitcoin pumped above one of the most important levels that I've been talking about on the channel for a very long time, all the way above this 200-day moving average, and we found resistance at the next important level. I'll remind you the levels that I'm looking at here, which are 1, a reclaim of the 200-day moving average, 2, a reclaim of the orange zone, which is over here, and 3, getting back into the original range above 91.8K. As we can see, the 200-day moving average was breached, which is excellent, but now on today's candle, we're looking to hold this as support. We're currently below that candle. So if this proved to be a massive rejection and Bitcoin does go ahead and continue on lower, as we've been discussing on the channel and as it was my main thesis, that would unfortunately not be good for all of those that are longing Bitcoin. We have very important levels to cross before I begin to go long, and that's why I wanted to share all my invalidations with you. So right now, despite passing this 200-day moving average, for me to get that confirmation onto the next level, we need to hold it as support, which is not looking likely at the very moment as I'm recording this video. Let's see how it plays out, but overall, the Digital Asset Summit was also a little bit of a letdown, another nothing burger, but we'll get into that next. This is what President Trump had to say at the Digital Asset Summit. Now, this is about a 2-minute clip, so if you don't want to watch it, you can skip through this video. But essentially, he discussed stablecoin regulation and once again emphasizing that America will be the undisputed Bitcoin superpower and crypto capital of the world. Let's play it.
Digital Assets Summit. It's an honor to speak with you about how the United States is going to dominate crypto and the next generation of financial technologies. And it's not going to be easy, but we're way ahead. Just 2 weeks ago, we hosted the first ever White House Digital Asset Summit, bringing together many of the world's top leaders in crypto for a conversation led by our White House AI and crypto czar, David Sachs, who's a fantastic and very brilliant guy. That same week, I signed an order creating the brand new strategic Bitcoin reserve and the U.S. digital asset stockpile, which will allow the federal government to maximize the value of its holdings instead of foolishly selling them for a fraction of their long-term value, which is exactly what Biden did. He got a fraction of their value. We're ending the last administration's regulatory war on crypto and Bitcoin, and that includes stopping the lawless Operation Choke Point 2.0. Operation Choke Point went beyond regulation, and I mean far beyond. It was a form of lawfare through government weaponization. Frankly, it was a disgrace. But as of January 20th, 2025, all of that is over. I've also called on Congress to pass landmark legislation creating simple, common sense rules for stablecoins and market structure. With the right legal framework, institutions large and small will be liberated to invest, innovate, and take part in one of the most exciting technological revolutions in modern history. It's so big, it's, I think, as big as you can get. Pioneers like you will be able to improve our banking and payment system and promote greater privacy, safety, security, and wealth for American consumers and businesses alike. You will unleash an explosion of economic growth, and with the dollar-backed stablecoins, you'll help expand the dominance of the U.S. dollar, and many, many years to come, it'll be at the top, and that's where we want to keep it. We only want to keep it at the top, always. I can already see that the energy and passion of the crypto community is the kind of spirit that built our country and it is exciting to watch as you invent the future of finance. And right here, it's going to be right here in the USA, the good old USA. Together we will make America the undisputed Bitcoin superpower and the crypto capital of the world. Thank you, good luck, God bless America.
So as we can see, he's just reiterating everything that's already been said, but you can see how much he cares about the US dollar and he wants to use stable coins to enforce that message. Also, in terms of making America the undisputed Bitcoin superpower and crypto capital of the world, yes, that sounds all nice, but how exactly will this happen? So far, they've only said that they will not be selling any of the digital assets that they're holding, and they're trying to still find ways to acquire Bitcoin. But the idea here is that they're not selling, not necessarily buying, which is what we want to fuel another pump in the price action of Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market. And I found this tweet that essentially echoes my feelings on this. I would love to see the Trump administration actually do and deliver things regarding crypto instead of keeping "we will make USA the best spot for crypto." You already won the elections. Actions over words. And as we can see here, I responded to one of the comments using this as inspiration, but basically, we still have to give them a little bit of credit because so far he has freed Ross Albright, which is huge, and they also implemented a way more crypto-friendly SEC, dropping basically all of their major crypto lawsuits. It's not quite amazing, but it's at least something for now. As we saw 2 days ago, the SEC dropped their lawsuit with XRP, which was an ongoing one and arguably one of the biggest ones, along with all of the other ones that they dropped since President Trump's been in charge. So it's not amazing, but it's still something that we can hold on to, and I do believe that eventually they will be finding a way to accumulate more Bitcoin. It's only a matter of when. At least not selling the Bitcoin is something to start with. Now, to go back to Bitcoin here, what we can see is that we're definitely moving lower and lower under the 200-day moving average, which is definitely not positive. So please be careful here, especially if you're longing Bitcoin. Breaking above this level was a big milestone, but that's why I also outlined these 3 key levels for me to be fully bullish again. I'm happy if I'm proven wrong, but right now I am still unfortunately bearish, which is annoying to discuss in my videos because I can see that people are getting tired of me talking about that. The other thing to consider here is gold. I mean, we keep on putting in new all-time highs, over $3,050, and for Ethereum, the reason why I want to bring this chart up is Ethereum against Bitcoin, looking at quantitative tightening and quantitative easing. It feels like it suits the video because we know that quantitative tightening will be slowing down, which is in line exactly with what we discussed a few videos ago, where we could see the Fed's balance sheet, which is this pink line over here, start to potentially bottom out. And then when we enter QE, that is when it would start pumping to the upside once again, and the rest of the altcoin market would likely have a lot of liquidity to continue pumping higher. So what we want to look at now also is the stock market, which we saw that yesterday we got a big pump after the FOMC meeting, and naturally this affects Bitcoin and it rolls over into crypto. And now there's a little bit of hesitancy because we're still not reclaiming the 200-day moving average for the stock market. This is again a very important key level that we want to hold as support, as we have done historically, to prove some strength in the stock market. And again, this would carry over into crypto. But if this starts acting as resistance for stocks, it would not be good, not only for stocks, but as we know, also for Bitcoin. So at the time of recording this video, what can we see? We are at $83,900, a pretty big red candle. Let's see how it goes. I hope that we can pump to the upside, but until then, I'm still a cautious bull. And you might be saying, how can I be a bull? Well, this is what I would be considering a bear. As we can see, that Martini guy just came out today and said that he is bearish and that he came to the conclusion that crypto is in a bear market. I disagree here. I will be on the channel to tell you if I think that we are in a bear market, which I don't think is the case yet. The only time that I would be willing to tell you that yes, we are in a confirmed bear market is if we are to lose the previous year's high right around this level, which is around the 73K level. If we lose this level, then sure, I would be willing to confirm that we are indeed in a bear market. But until then, anything is possible. And as we discussed on the channel multiple times, from the top all the way down to this key level, it would coincide with around a 33% dip. A 33% dip is well within the realms of possibilities for a bull market. So you should not be surprised if this actually happens. Overall, the trend is clear. Bitcoin is still showing a lot of weakness, and it's very important that we don't just become blindly bullish because a couple of days of pumps appearing like we have bottomed out. Meanwhile, stocks are still struggling. So until we get those further confirmations, please don't catch falling knives. I am still, however, trading this market and making significant profits. So if trading is your thing, make sure to join me in this competition where you can earn an $800,000 bonus by signing up to weeks with the first link in my description down below and joining my trading team. You won't just be joining my trading team, but you'll also be joining the entire Bitcoinsensus trading team, which involves Andy and Devault. So we have a pretty big team and a pretty solid chance of winning, if you ask me. It's the first link in my description down below. All you need is an email and a password to sign up. There's a ton of bonuses. You can even earn thousands of dollars for trading as you normally would. Make sure to sign up. First link down below. And just briefly, I did want to show you the total crypto market cap, which we can see we're trying to hold this level as support now, which is very positive. This is, of course, on the weekly chart, and we outlined this key level as some area of support. We can see that the RSI is starting to flip around, and we discussed this a few weeks ago where it was potentially bottoming out. Now, could this fuel us higher? Yes. But if Bitcoin does get a correction, it wouldn't surprise me if we still chop around this range before moving higher. And speaking of other cryptocurrencies outside of Bitcoin, something that I want to share with you, a Pengu and Pudgy Penguin NFT ETF has just been filed by Canary. This would be massive. Now, you know that I've been a little bit more bearish on altcoins on this channel, especially with Bitcoin showing a lot of uncertainty, but I have to share with you that this is the only meme coin at the moment that I still hold with at least a little bit of conviction. So I'm personally very happy to see this. This is huge for the Pengu community. If you're holding Pengu, make sure to comment down below because this is a big one if it gets passed. Last two things, we can see that the Bitcoin spot ETFs have started to dry up a little bit again, only seeing $11 million in inflows, which tells us that there is still a lot of uncertainty in the markets, especially with Trump's tariffs and everything that's been going on. Ethereum still unfortunately in the negative. So I would make sure to keep your eyes on this to see whether or not retail is coming back into the space and buying through these ETFs. And that sums up today's quick video. Despite no rate cuts, the Fed at least came out and said that quantitative tightening would start to slow down as of April, which is a positive sign for risk assets, in my opinion. It could still take months for the markets to actually feel this impact, but at least it's a step in the right direction. Trump, of course, came out with that video for the Digital Asset Summit that went live today. Honestly, a nothing burger, I would say, once again, just re-emphasizing that he wants to make America the crypto capital of the world. And we've heard this time and time again. We just need to see a little bit more execution. But overall, in the short term, I still think that the markets could be seeing a little bit of pain despite these bullish narratives getting thrown around. I hope you can appreciate my honesty. I won't just be yelling at you saying that we're just going to pump like crazy. We have still hardly reclaimed the 200-day moving average, and actually at the time of recording this video, we are still below that key level, which is only the first level for me to turn bullish. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and if you don't mind, go ahead and share this video as we try to reach a bigger audience. I'll see you in the next video.